All right, so I want to talk to you today about ball striking versus scoring goals. So the first thing that I always ask somebody when they come to me for lessons is, what are your goals with your game? And most people, when asked that question, throw out a number, and people say, I'd like to break 90 on a regular basis, I'd like to break 100 on a regular basis. So usually there's a scoring goal when you ask somebody what they'd like to accomplish with their game. So then when the conversation moves towards, well, what do you think it would take, or what's holding you back from shooting those better scores, most people feel that it's that tee shot that's really holding them back from shooting better scores. So people say, if I could just hit it longer, straighter, get off the tee, not hit it, you know, into the desert or the woods or whatever off the tee, I'd score a ton better. So then I would always move the conversation to where you know, discuss what the real percentages are there. So if there are 18 holes on a golf course, 4 of which are par 3, usually the other 14 holes players hit driver. So usually the percentages are 14% of your shots, if you say shoot 100, are off of our driver, off of the tee, but 65% of your shots occur from within 50 yards of the green. So if you truly have a scoring goal, and somebody would tell me they have a scoring goal, the first thing I would say is tell them those percentages. 14% of your shots are driver, 65% of your shots occur from within 50 yards of the green. So if we really have a scoring goal, we should probably be spending upwards of 2/3 of our time together working on chipping, pitching, putting, and bunker play. So then an interesting thing would happen. When people would hear that, they would kind of back off that scoring goal. So people would say, okay, well, I really just want to hit the driver further and straighter, or I want to hit straighter further, other shots with hybrids, irons, you know, whatever, just ball striking in general. People would, because when they come to take lessons, that's what they're, in their mind, that's what they're picturing, is hitting the ball further and straighter. Nobody was really too excited about the idea of working on chipping, pitching, putting. A lot of people have that idea that once I get my ball striking down, then I'll work on chipping, pitching, and putting, which is fine. I don't really have any, it's not my job to tell people, you know, what their goals should be with their game, but it's going to be beneficial for you to get clear with yourself, because you're the one putting the time in. So if you have a scoring goal, don't set yourself up for disappointment by you know, really thinking that if you work on driver a lot and hit it further and straighter, that your scores are going to come down a lot. Because that's the other thing that would happen is, you know, then people would go with that ball striking goal, and I'd say, great, I'm on board with that, let's improve your ball striking. And then we'd improve their ball striking, and inevitably they would come back, you know, a couple months later and say, I'm hitting the ball better than I've ever hit it. I'm surprised my scores haven't come down more. So then typically at that point they would kind of get on board with really wanting to work on short game, and then we'd start that score reduction process. So just get clear with yourself. Do you have a ball striking goal, or do you have a scoring goal? If you have that scoring goal, certainly more of your time should be spent working on short game. There's nothing wrong with having a ball striking goal. Just get clear with yourself so you don't set yourself up for disappointment with your practice time, feeling like it's not paying off when your scores don't come down as much as you would expect. So I hope that helps. That's just a conversation I've had enough times that I thought I'd share it with you, and maybe it'll help you get clear on exactly how to use your practice time and to achieve whatever your goals are.